I'd struggled with premature ejaculation for most of my adult life. And it was something that I felt held me back in so many different ways. And I was so ashamed of it that I could never talk about it. I could never mention it. I was always just try to hide whatever I was feeling, whatever experiences I was having. Um, and as a result, I wasn't showing up as the full me. So there was a little part of me that was going, if you connect with this woman, you may have sex, you may experience premature ejaculation, and then you will be ashamed of it. So we're just going to hold you back from connecting with this woman. Mm-hmm. And I found myself, with friends, with colleagues at work, whenever it got into the quote unquote locker room talk and, hearing others talk about their sexual conquests and looking inwards and feeling, in a lot of ways that I wasn't having those experiences, that my body was letting me down, that I was just missing something. There's a big sense of missing something. And so a few years ago, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of doing the same thing over and over and getting the same results. So I started exploring. I hired a coach. I started, reading all the books, Montauk Chia, going to various workshops, and really trying to dig into myself. And what I experienced is, as you had elaborated earlier, is I kept hitting a ceiling. And then, and that, maybe it was, I was working with a woman that just didn't have the embodied experience of what I had, and therefore wasn't able to support me through that barrier. Maybe it was an enthusiasm, reading a book and then just not actually applying it in real practice. So there were a variety of things that I kept hitting a barrier. And the idea of working with a man was something that I was seeking out at that point. And I did not find anything else like this. And to my knowledge, there's nothing else like this. And I've kept my eye on it as I've been going. And so for me, as soon as I found this, it was kind of a no-brainer, because it felt like such a yes to me. And I will say, having spent the 3 months going through the program last year, it was nothing short of life-changing. I passed through the first gate during the program, which, to go from someone that was so concerned about premature ejaculation and never having spoke about it, and now I'm broadcasting it live to however many people are here and however many people watch the webinar afterwards, to embracing my body, to feeling my body, to this knowing sense that I have control over this part, and that then I can go experience more of this pleasure, more of these sensations, more of these deeper connections that I knew were possible, but I didn't know how to get there on my own. And there were a few things that really, really worked for me in the program. One, your experience directly and having done this for so long, and just the structure of the program, the way that we got to move through each tool and get to learn each tool, and then get adjustments if something wasn't quite working right. A big thing was also the support of the brothers around. So going from a place of never having spoken about this really dark shadow of mine to all of a sudden being able to talk about it and be witnessed in it and celebrate my breakthroughs while also being held in any kind of setback was transformative. It released that sticky feeling of shame that I was feeling for so long, where I just felt this deep embarrassment. And now all of a sudden I can talk about it, and I have a band of brothers that can talk about it too. Since then, I guess I should update my bio. I've completed the sexological bodywork training that you and Jaya had done. And I've done a few other pretty intense trainings as well. So it's become my life's mission. It's become my life's path.